This story begins with a comment. One line beneath a photo, then another, and another. Every post, every story, every glimpse of her life online. At first, it seemed harmless, a follower who seemed supportive. But what began as compliments slowly turned into persistence. Persistence turned into obsession, and obsession tragically turned into possession. She thought it would make him go away. She thought blocking him would be enough. But obsession doesn't end with a block. On a quiet winter night, the man behind those comments left the safety of his screen behind, and he showed up at her door. Her name was Samantha Torres. She was 24 years old, born on February 19th, 1997, in Reno, Nevada. Samantha grew up in a hardworking, close-knit family. Her parents, Elena and Marco, were first-generation immigrants from Mexico. Her father worked long days as a mechanic. Her mother worked overnight shifts as a nurse's aide. They sacrificed to give Samantha and her younger brother, Diego, a stable, loving childhood. Friends remembered her as vibrant, witty, and deeply compassionate. She had a talent for photography and loved capturing fleeting, candid moments. She volunteered at an animal rescue center, was the friend who stayed on the phone until someone's panic attack eased, the type of person whose presence left others lighter than they had been before. She graduated from the University of Nevada with a degree in marketing and had just begun working at a local design firm. In her free time, she ran a modest Instagram account where she shared her photography, travel snapshots, and everyday glimpses of her life. She had around 6,000 followers. Not celebrity status, but enough to form a small, loyal community. She didn't chase filters or fame. She simply shared her world. Among those followers was a man who saw much more in her posts than what she intended. His name was Michael Barrett. He was 35, unmarried, and lived alone in Sparks, just outside Reno. Michael worked as a delivery driver, kept irregular hours, and lived a largely isolated life. Neighbors described him as quiet, but unsettling. He never waved back, one recalled. He just stared, like he was always watching something no one else could see. Online, Michael was more alive. He created multiple accounts and followed women obsessively. Samantha's account became his fixation. At first it was harmless, a nice shot, a beautiful smile, a fire emoji under a travel photo. Samantha barely noticed. Comments like those blended into the constant flow of likes and messages any young woman receives. But unlike casual followers, Michael never missed a post. By late 2020, his name was constant. Every upload, every story. If Samantha shared a sunset, he would write, "Wish I was there with you." If she posted her dog, he commented, "We'd make a great little family." Her college roommate, Lily Chen, remembered, "We joked about it at first, like, here's your #1 fan again." But after a while, it wasn't funny. It was obsessive. Samantha brushed it off. "He's just some random guy," she told her friends. "Ignore it, and he'll get bored." But he didn't get bored. He got bolder. Michael began sending long, direct messages, pages of text confessing love, describing imagined futures together, insisting they were soulmates. When Samantha didn't respond, his tone shifted. "Why are you ignoring me? You'll regret treating me this way. If I can't have you, nobody will." Disturbed, Samantha blocked him in March 2021. But within days, new accounts appeared, again and again. By that summer, things escalated. Samantha noticed a car idling near her street when she walked her dog. She saw the same car parked outside her office building. Then came the gifts, anonymous packages left at her door. A teddy bear, a bracelet, a single red rose. At first, she thought maybe they were from a friend or someone she had dated. But then she received a message from yet another new account. "Did you get the rose?" It looked perfect next to your door. She froze. He knew where she lived. In August 2021, she reported it to police. But without direct threats or clear evidence, the case went nowhere. Her parents begged her to move home, but Samantha resisted. "I won't let some creep chase me out of my own life," she said. But Michael wasn't done. On December 3rd, 2021, Samantha attended a co-worker's holiday gathering. She left around 9:45 p.m., texting Lily that she'd be home soon. She never made it. At 7:20 a.m. the next morning, neighbors noticed her apartment door ajar. Concerned, they called building security. What they found was horrifying. Samantha lay on the living room floor, lifeless. She had been stabbed multiple times. Signs of a violent struggle filled the room. Furniture overturned, glass shattered across the carpet. Her phone was shattered beside her. On the blood-stained screen, a notification glowed. A message from one of Michael's burner accounts, sent at 11:12 p.m. the night before. "I told you we'd be together." Investigators determined Michael had forced his way in after Samantha arrived home. The defensive wounds on her arms and the scratches on his body later told the story of how hard she fought back. But she was no match for his rage. Detectives quickly traced the accounts to Michael Barrett. When police arrived at his apartment on December 5th, he was pacing in the dark. On his table sat Samantha's bracelet, the one her mother had given her for her 21st birthday. At first, he denied everything. He claimed he barely knew her, that he was just a fan. But investigators had surveillance footage showing his car circling her block that night. They found the knife, wrapped in a towel, in his trunk. Blood on the blade matched Samantha's. Confronted with evidence, Michael broke down. "She led me on," he said. "She made me believe we were connected. I didn't want to hurt her. But she pushed me away." His words sent a chill through everyone in the room. Digging into Michael's past revealed a disturbing pattern. In 2016, a co-worker filed a restraining order after he followed her home. The case was dropped when she moved away. In 2018, a woman he met on a dating app reported dozens of threatening texts after she ended things. Again, no charges stuck. Family members described him as isolated and unstable. His sister told police he was obsessed with the idea that someone would save him. When women didn't, he'd spiral. Online, he posted in forums where men encouraged each other to ignore rejection. One of his posts read, "No doesn't mean no. It means keep trying until she realizes you're serious." For Samantha, that mindset proved fatal. Michael Barrett was charged with first-degree murder, burglary, and aggravated stalking. His trial began in April 2023. Prosecutors painted a chilling picture of premeditation, months of escalating harassment, multiple accounts to bypass her blocks, surveillance of her home, and the knife hidden in his car. They presented Samantha's final messages, her police report, and testimony from friends who had seen her fear grow. The defense tried to argue diminished capacity, but psychiatric evaluations confirmed he was competent and fully aware. After 3 weeks of testimony, the jury deliberated for only 6 hours. On May 12, 2023, Michael Barrett was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life without parole. For Samantha's family, the sentence brought justice, but not peace. Her parents founded the Torres Foundation for Stalking Awareness in 2022, advocating for stronger anti-stalking laws and protections for victims of online harassment. They worked with Nevada legislators to push reforms making it easier to obtain restraining orders for digital harassment before it escalates. Each December, friends hold a candlelight vigil outside the design firm where Samantha worked. They share stories, photos, and laughter. Her former roommate, Lily, now speaks at universities about online harassment. Don't dismiss it as just comments, she tells students. Don't brush it off as harmless. Because sometimes, those comments are warnings we don't want to see. Samantha was more than a victim. She was a daughter, a friend, a dreamer. She didn't ask for fame. She didn't ask for obsession. She simply wanted to share her world. But one man mistook her openness for an invitation. And when his comments weren't enough, he stepped out of the shadows. Her story is a haunting reminder of how fragile the line can be between admiration and obsession, and how quickly that line can shatter. If you found this story impactful, please like this video, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe for more in-depth true crime documentaries. And remember, behind every headline is a person, a life, a story that deserves to be told.